Good day, collective. I hope you all are doing well and vibing. Hi, welcome to Royal Lineage. We're going to just get into this because I did a pre-shuffle and I thought maybe were going to give me like 1 or 2 cards. It's about 15 or so here. So let me just hit the bowl and we're going to clear the energy and we're going to get it. Okay. Setting up for the reading, I was already hearing disconnect to reconnect. I feel like this is like you disconnecting from the past. This could be people, this could be habits, this could be trauma, this could be relationship, this could just be some sort of hurt. I also heard stagnation. I also heard you have a story to tell. So I feel like through everything that you've been through, all of that trauma, all of that hurt, all of that stagnation, whatever it is, your story, everyone has their own story, but I mean, it's going to be used to help others. That's just that. I also heard a lot of people are talking, but pay it no never mind, because you are the big dog in the situation. So this is giving that they're jealous because like you elevated, you're maybe no longer, I'm saying like a group of people, you're no longer maybe hanging out with this group. I have no idea. Take it as it resonates to you. The numbers associated with this reading, like maybe if you're seeing these numbers, this would be clarification, let you know the reading is for you. The number 12, 222, 511, 525, 536, 555, 777, and 888. Let's happen. Yeah. First card out is compassion. And the Fool. The Fool. Hold on, let me read this. I already hear Spirit telling me the Fool. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from spirit through our hearts and into the world. You see what I'm saying? Whatever, and the Fool, whatever it is that you've been through, that trauma, you're going to use it and help others. We all play the fool, you know, I mean, once in our lives, a few times in our lives, we got to go through the lesson. The Fool is just the beginning. The Fool in the tarot deck is 0. It's the beginning of the journey. I feel like the beginning of the spiritual journey. You once played the fool. You once didn't really know no better. You once allowed people to do certain things. You once didn't really pay attention to the red flags. You once were the fool. And that's okay. A lot of people don't like to hear it, but I mean, we evolve. That's the whole, you know, it's a changing cycle. You have to be the student before you can be the teacher, you know? And how does that happen? You got to go through the steps. You got to go through the lessons. So that's just what it is. So it's like, have compassion. I mean, for the part you played into it. But here's the thing, though. For whoever this is for, you are taking accountability in your part in it. And I get a lot of, and that means you did the shadow work, or you're being called to do this. Because everything that we do, and everything that has happened, mostly, we had a part to play in it. Because you get signs. You get feelings, that intuition. You have that. But if you ignore it, it can't help you. It's something like that. Okay, compassion. Consciousness. You see what I'm saying? Consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multi-dimensional aspects that show up, so that we can include them in our reality. The bottom of the deck was communication, but it's like understanding. And also, for those of you that like, you're healing from people hurting you, right? And maybe you never got an apology. Maybe these people are still wrong and strong. Like they still, standing in that wrong energy. Like just standing in that, And you still have to you're trying to find a way. Excuse me. It's like they don't want this to come out. You're trying to find a way to move forward. What Spirit is saying is like, have compassion, because it's something about like hurt people, right? And you now understand that these people are just hurt. So all they could give you was that energy. That's all they had. That's all they knew. It was something like this. That's all they had. That's all they knew. So it's like, with you having that understanding, it should be a little easier for you to move on, because you shouldn't be, it wasn't personal. It wasn't, they were mean to you because the way you looked or what you did or how you dressed, whatever that is. It wasn't that. It was a them thing. And you're taking it on as a you thing. And it's like, have compassion for yourself, because that's not, you got to see this for what it really was. It wasn't something for you to take so personal, because it wasn't about you. It was about them and the hurt that they have within themselves and how they can't even. I'm hearing somebody see themselves as a hurt child. I'm seeing like a hurt little child. So it's like it's giving that inner child that's hurt. They never dealt with that. They never dealt with that. So whoever this is, like, oh Lord, that's a lot. They're dealing with a lot. And you're trying to understand, you gave them so much compassion, and why did they do this to you, and all of this stuff. But it's like, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to understand that. Because the way you're looking about it is not the right way. It's not a you thing. It was a them thing. It's not a you thing. It was a them thing. It didn't have nothing to do with you. It had to do with them. Throat chakra. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemists to perform the miracles and transmutation. There's a lot I'm feeling here with the throat chakra and alchemy. I'm feeling heavy magic, like people trying to speak over your lives, or maybe they went to someone or they did something. Manipulation. But here it go. That's the low side of it. But the high side of it, back to you. Back to you. Is you now being aware and conscious of the things that have happened and why they've happened. And maybe you don't, like I always, I go back to this. I always tell my son is on the spectrum, so I just be so scared, like, with him. And I say to society standards, he's on the spectrum, because everything they said he couldn't do, he damn sure surpassed. So, yeah. But I always tell him, because you always hear stories of the police are called to deal with someone on the spectrum and they don't know how to, and they explode and they end up shooting the person. That scares the shit out of me, right? So I always teach him that the only thing you can control is yourself. You don't control nothing outside of you. What people do, how people react, what people say, you don't control that. What you do control is how you react to those things. And no one should ever be able to mess up your frequency, mess up your vibe. Nothing outside of you should be able to do that. Nothing. With you coming to this understanding, nothing outside of you should be able to mess with you. Because you know it's not a you thing. It's a them thing. When they, you know what I mean? Y'all get where I'm going. Y'all get where I'm going. Who get this, get it. You know? So, I feel like with you knowing that, it's now time to stand in that truth. Speak that truth. Alchemize this whole situation. And I'm big on this. Like a lot of people love to do, return to sender. I'm going to return the energy. No, I'm going to alchemize that shit. I'm going to alchemize it. Now, with my understanding and with the love of God, my understanding, and my truth, I'm going to alchemize this shit all together. I'm going to alchemize this shit all together because I have a whole understanding about this shit. And to alchemize it is just what I'm saying. That is like people that, all your life, you could never do it. Or that put you down. Please use that shit. Alchemize that shit. You know what you do? You take that and you talk to God. You cry to God about it, you know? You cry to God about it. And if there is truth in what you feel that they're saying, that's something you still need to take to God, because that's something that is within you, why you believe the bullshit that they're telling you. That self-love you gotta work on. You gotta build up self-worth. You know? But I think that's what y'all doing. I think that's what you're doing or being led to do. Third eye chakra. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition, our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. That's what I'm saying. Alchemize. This lady, what is her name on thing? I don't want to say it wrong. I think it's Limitless. Is it Limitless Living? I think it is. Francesca. I hope to God I'm saying her thing right. Look her up. Look her up. She big on alchemy. Oh, I love her. She big on alchemy. Oh, Lord, I love her. She is big on alchemy. Another spirit guide in the flesh. She is big on alchemy. Big on alchemy. But we use this. We use it. And we gain from it. We gain from it. Let's give it its psychic powers. Like I already know my collective is gifted. Divine Feminine here. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect with our intersected understanding of our connection to all of creation. And I feel like this is where this compassion, like, whew, oh Lord, you're being called to transmute hurt. You're being called to transmute this. To understand it was not a you thing. It was a them thing. And if this is something that had nothing to do with them and it was like a lesson that you needed to learn, what you need to do, what Spirit is saying, is take the lesson and leave the loss. Like leave the loss, take the lesson is how it goes. Leave the hurt. You feel like you lost something out. This is ego. You feel like you lost something. You feel like whatever the fuck is not for you is going to drop off. And it is just so. But you constantly, like if it's a person constantly, oh, I want to do this. You know, it's like a job. It's just something. I want this. And it's like, God, you going this way. And God, and put a block up. And like, no, you need to turn around. And you're like, no, but I need to keep going back. No, I said turn around. You not knowing on the other side of this is just a whole bunch of dangers why I keep turning your ass around. And you keep going this way. All God is going to do is, hey, all right, go ahead. Go right into it. Maybe you'll learn from that. Maybe you'll learn from that. I'm not gonna let you go all the way into that shit, but you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it a little. And maybe by yourself, you'll come back the way I was directing you. Heart chakra. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. I mean, this is a big collective on a big journey, on the way to a big breakthrough. But it's some things that you gotta just drop off and leave behind. It's like you're almost there. It's a few steps you gotta take. And I'm hearing time is not of matter right now. It's not, I'm hearing purpose. It's not about time. So maybe someone here feels like things are not going as fast as they should or something, but we're worried about the healing. We're worried about the foundation. Synergy. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never before seen combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. And they just showed me the highlight that 41 is the 5. It's like it's time for a change. I think the way you have been looking at hurt, you're being called to look at it in a totally different way. Leave the loss, take the lesson. You feel, oh, sorry, y'all, the cord in here. You feel like you lost a lot, but I need you to really look at the situation that has come to mind as you're watching this reading. Really look at it. Because when I really think back to some of the people and things I left behind, they didn't really serve me no good purpose. I mean, all it was there for was to teach me a lesson of the type of things I don't want. To make sure that, to listen to my intuition. It's been going on since I was little. But because a lot of people around me made me feel like I was the lesser than, and I believed that because I didn't have self-love or self-worth. I ran with that. And I treated myself as such. Now, with the understanding, I don't take the shit personal now. I'm learning not to, you know? I'm learning not to. Because on my journey, it's me and God. I don't really give a fuck what nobody else is thinking. That's what I come to know. God told me to sit here and read cards. That's exactly what the fuck I'm doing. I don't give a fuck what it look like to nobody else. Like, you're not in my conversations with God. I don't give a fuck. And I used to. That's why I used to come and go and come and go and come and go. This is not... I remember doing this, man. I was like, yo, think about it. I'm like, yo, I was the fool. Exactly how we talked about. I was the fool. Because of people like, oh, but that's kind of demonic. On this same page, I remember deleting all the videos. And like, damn. Maybe this is not what God is calling me to do. Because it's not happening for me how I envisioned. Or I thought. But it's not about what I envision. It's about the purpose. So I really don't give a fuck. Like, if it's 3 people on here. If the 3 motherfuckers that's on here, they got it, then hey. I'm good. Because I'm good. All my needs, everything is taken care of. I'm fine. I don't want for nothing, thank God. You know? And I didn't always feel like that. I always felt like, you know, oh, I'm missing out. I miss these people, or I want this. No. God know better. I trust God, and I'm going to follow that. I'm following everything He told me. Everything. Everything. Discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Look. That's what I'm saying. With this new understanding now, and then Divine Masculine comes out, y'all can take charge with this. With this newfound energy, you know? The frequency of Divine Masculine supports our strong focus and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams, ideas, informed with kindness and wisdom. Solar plexus chakra. The frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. This is all I'm saying. Belief. The frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents, and a strong connection to source. What I said is only me and God in this. Don't give a fuck what nobody else is talking about. We ain't worrying about nothing outside of us. It's you and God. And once you stand in that belief and understand that, go with that, rock with that, roll with that, ooh, come on. You come to the realization. I swear to y'all, yo. Yo, I don't think I'm even, I think I'm going to just come on here and do the pre-show because, oh my God. Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ, realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in the world. This is what you're doing, Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our conscience to transverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Come on, fuck on. Authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is power, direct and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. The number 10. The number 10. How you used to operate is over. It's coming to an ending, or yeah, I think it's coming to an ending. Or it has already ended, like your old self, you know? This communication, that could be what it is. How you communicate, that throat chakra. Always speaking your truth. Not playing the lesser. You are the head and not the tail. So it doesn't matter what it may look like to others. You are following the path that was communicated to you by God. That's the only communication you're worried about right now. That's it. Change on the bottom of this. The light. I'm telling you, that's what's going to change the situation if you're feeling with that stagnation. Because I'm like, what was this? Okay, if some of you are just feeling stuck. Stuck in a hurt place. Nah, we ain't staying there. You're going to alchemize this shit. They said you couldn't do it. Well, prove them wrong. You don't believe you can? We're going to pray on this. We're going to get up. We're going to start doing things that get up out the bed. Get up out the fucking bed, I'm hearing. Get up out the bed. Move around. Get outside. I just keep hearing get up out the bed. It's somebody like real hurt, real stuck on depression. It's real. Nah, we transmuting this. You took this real personal. You're real The fuck, like Medea coming through here with you. Excuse me. A very emotional person. Maybe you used to be. Maybe you're starting to laugh more, or you're being called to. Raise up the vibration. And I'm not sure if I shared this with y'all, but it's reminding me, I think I might have, I'll just say it quickly, like a dream I had with my mother. And I woke up in like a forest or whatever. I don't know, it was just a whole bunch of trees. It was like ancestors. It was a good vibe. A bonfire and stuff. And I remember I asked, my mother's now an ancestor, and I asked where she was, and it was like up on the hill. And I had to travel far, far up on these boulders up into the heavens. But when I got up there, what she told me, don't let nobody move you. Don't let nobody take your vibration, your spirit, back down the damn mountain that you just climbed up, that you just conquered. Don't let nobody move you. Nothing outside of you can fuck with your frequency. Nothing. As I hit on this divine, as I'm like, what card in my head? I hit on this divine masculine. You are standing and stepping into your true power, your true self, honey. I don't give a fuck what it look like to other people. If they don't understand it, they can't get with it. It ain't for them. God tell you what they want you to know. And I say they because God to me is masculine and divine feminine energy. You understand? So they. Yeah, I'm leaving this here. I will see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Love, light, and healing to you all. And blessed be. I love y'all. Get about the bed if you in there. Later.